What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. What's up? What's up? How's it going? We're back. We're here. I don't know how this is gonna plan out. We're back with Remake Our Life. How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday. Whoa. I feel like I'm out of focus, right? Maybe a little bit. Hold on. Maybe a tiny bit. I don't know. Feels weird. What's up, X? Or am I just blind? You guys let me know. Feels like I'm a little bit out of focus. Maybe if I clean my glasses, wipe my eyes a few times, it'll look better. No, I feel like I'm out of focus. Further back? Oh, snap. Further back. That's too far. There's something on the screen. Me? Oh, yeah, there's like that should go away, I think. I may have to turn the camera off and turn it back on, but I think it should go away. This is gonna be eventful. I thought I fixed the camera stuff. Yeah, it feels like we're out of focus. That's way too far. You see how far? I'm so far away. Okay. We're here. Yeah. This is super far. Hold on. Because I want to be like right here. I'm sorry. We'll work with this. I don't know where we're going. I feel like I've been like unintentionally spoiled. I don't know like what the source material is. I don't want to know what the source material is. But some people, they just like put stuff in comment sections. I don't know why they do, but they do. So it feels like I've been like unintentionally spoiled about like I don't know. Now I'm out of focus. I don't know, but it feels like I don't know like what the source material is, like if it's a light novel, if it's a manga, if it's a visual novel, like if there's different paths and routes that take place. I have no idea, but I feel like I've been so like don't visit the comment section of last week. It feels like I've been spoiled. I don't know, but we're gonna rock out. We're with Kyoya in this future where he's with Shinoaki and Maki, his daughter, and so far we're just living it out. Like we're kind of stuck here, so we just have to live. So that's pretty much it. Maybe we might get some more answers and even more questions possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure, but let's jump into this. I don't want to waste any more time. All right, let's hit pause on that. I feel like I gotta fix that. It's gonna bother me. So it's like, oh wait, it fell. Sorry. So that's all right. Yeah, I'm 100% not in full focus, but hey, like I gotta be all the way back here. That's stupid. That's dumb. Oh, it's gonna bug me so much. Forgive me. All right. Remake Our Life, episode 10. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Give myself some volume. Okay. I can't help but think that I can't help but think that we might get snatched from this. So part of me is feeling that Kelia might try to live things out the right way, try to do best by what's happening. This is it's bothering me so much. I'm sorry. All right, he might try to live this out like he just said. And I feel like whenever he feels like he's on the right path or the right track, he'll end up excuse me. He'll end up getting snatched from it. I don't know. That's what I'm leaning towards. I don't think she's going to be able to make any streams today. She might be busy. Let's see what the show's got in store for us this week. All I know, if I'm Kyoya, I'm not wearing this fit again. Like we got laid off in this fit. I'm not wearing this fit again. How big is that? 10 gigs? It's crazy how much information he's picking up while trying not to rock the boat and seem weird. Okay. Now she's a child through and through. She is. Okay. All right. That's a big thing. So that means they got to work on crunch. They're getting crunched then. Even more issues? Oh man. Another favor? I think we have a solution for this. We may have a solution for this. Doesn't annoy you that Keiko's not here? Who is Keiko? I've only remembered these characters by one name, so I don't know. I don't know their other part. I don't know their first and last names. I'm sorry. Tiny bit. No, I don't know. Okay. We have a solution. Mm-hmm. 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 She's so hopeful. There's a solution. I haven't said what it is yet, but there's a solution for this. Yes. You're the person that can make it come true. Basically killing themselves to get this game made. Seriously? In a month? Oh man. Then what? Oh, that's trash. I feel like I can't comment on that anymore, X. I feel like I've been spoiled. So I'm just kind of like riding it out. I feel like I can't like speculate anymore. This feels like a repeat of last time. It literally feels like a repeat of last time. So you're gonna? Is he talking about releasing a game? He's talking about some cyberpunk. That's what it kind of feels like. A little bit. So stubborn. Releasing a public and didn't have negative backlash from the fans that'll play the game. That's a life lesson. That's a life lesson. That's what's got that. That what he just said is what ended him up in the situation in the first place. There you go. They didn't get to go through it. But then part of me feels like, yep. Oh, it's a gotcha game. I didn't realize. So that's a big deal. She's a really good drawer. That's genetics. She picked that up from her. I'd go cook. That's what I would have done. I would have went and cooked, and I would have ruined dinner so she could have this moment, and so she could have this moment with Maki about drawing. That's what I would have done. Who knows? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. No, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Varying gotcha rates? Dude, that's a crime. That's a crime. That's a crime. Oh. He's not going to say anything. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. He's doubling down. Yeah. That's tough, man. He doubled down. Aye, aye, aye. The show. It's good. It's good at getting someone in their feels. It's good. It's good. It's good at it. He's going crazy. He's going crazy back there. He's gonna step in now. It did it. Ah, man. This show ends and I never expected to end. But actually curious how well adapted Killia is. Wonder why he lost faith when he was 28. I think it was easy because um the reason why in his original timeline that he was able to just give up is because at that point, like, you just feel like there's nothing you can do. Because he went through so many different things. Like, I didn't do this, but I did this. I did this. I did this. I did this. Like, he tried so many different things, and he was like so well versed in so many different things, but they all fell through. So to be able to, like, now that he can take those failed experiences and go back, and then he was able to do everything all over again, he's already taken a massive failure, and then to him, he's turned it into a win, a W. So like through his original timeline, he got character development. So now it's like he's different than where he was then, because the restart, the bringing back in time gave him a fresh start. Like, it was a fresh start to him. So he was able to take the loss of his original timeline and turn that into a character development. So now he is the character that he is now. He's the person that he is now. Like, the person that he was in episode 1 before he went back in time, and the person he is now is completely different. And what changed him was the time travel back. That's what changed him. He had something to look forward to, but in his original timeline, there was nothing to look forward to. Big yikes. I knew I was worried for a reason. I was expect what it feels like. So I don't want to say it out loud because I know that apparently this series is like, there's a manga that's ongoing for it. There was a light novel, I think, that's ongoing that was done for it. Like this series isn't done. So it's got like so many different iterations going at the same time. So it's like, even if like these people that were in the comments of last week were wrong, or they were just like making stuff up, it just makes me I've seen things in this episode that makes me just like I feel like I've had my own identity and what I can truly like speculate about stripped away from me, because I don't feel like I'm coming to this on my own. Right? I don't feel like I'm coming to this conclusion on my own. I feel like it's like, it doesn't feel genuine. So it's like, I don't want to speculate. I'm kind of just like along for the ride, because if there are some people, the few people that do watch the stream, if they haven't been spoiled, I don't want to say something that is right? I don't want to say something that'll end up swaying. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin someone's experience of it. But I see like towards the end of this episode, there was a lot of things that Killia was saying where I'm just like, Eesh. I feel like that kind of confirms what someone was saying, where it feels like there could be, I'll put it like this, it feels like if this were a visual novel, right, that there's different routes that you can take, and then you can replay and get like different routes. So like, if you're a Fate fan, you have Fate Stay Night, you have Unlimited Blade Works, you have Heaven Feels. There's 3 different routes. Same characters are in every single route, but the actions of the main character differs. Right? They all differ. Like, you can take developments from, like, you can take an outcome from Fate Stay Night, and then if you think about that outcome while going through Unlimited Blade Works, some of the motivations of the characters that Unlimited Blade Works doesn't tell you, from playing the other route, you already know, so it makes more sense as you go through. So I feel like if there's a light novel, if there's a manga, and if there's an anime, and they all slightly differ, then you can kind of look at this as a visual novel of sorts, and each different iteration of this series is going to have a different ending, therefore different actions that each one takes. But you can pull stuff from the other adaptations, and it can make sense to other characters. So like for Killia, it's like in this anime, it truly feels like what he's going to do is that he lived his original timeline. He went back in time. He meddled with these people that became his friends, therefore resulting in what we're seeing now in a future where he's married to Shinoaki, has a child, she doesn't draw anymore, and he doesn't want to mess this up. So all the way up until the ending of this episode, until Nanako put that video out, he kind of felt like he was committed to a little bit X. It kind of felt like he was committed to, I've already screwed up once, I'm not gonna screw up again. I got her, I have this girl, right? I have this child, and I have this girl that I possibly could have liked, and we're together. We have built something that is solid, and I'm not gonna mess this up. That might be different from what the manga is, and I don't want to know. I'd like to know after. I've already watched it. I tried to stay away from it and I couldn't. So I apologize. I know all about it. I'll find out about this light novel in the manga after the anime finishes, but it feels like it's very possible that each ending could be slightly different. You may end up with different characters. Like, you never know. But yeah, that's about all I can come up with. I don't know where this goes though. I kind of like not knowing where it goes. But it's hard because what this really feels like is Kyoya what it truly feels like, and I wonder how people feel about this, but Kyoya went back in time, meddled, and changed the futures of a lot of individuals for the sake of him having a good future. And he was beating himself up because of it. Like, he was beating himself up because he's like, I ruined these people's lives, right? I ruined their lives. Like, I couldn't do anything, but I'm happy. And now, it felt like it was going to go a route like, I'm not going to do that ever again. Right? It felt like he was going to go down that route. So it's like, I'm not going to rock the boat. If something's happening with someone, I'm not going to step in because I did that before and that was the wrong thing to do. But I do think that way of thinking is incorrect because things are so much different now. You're at a point in time, like, you're living life that you've never lived before, right? Like, you've lived, like, he's in a section of life that he has never lived before, ever. So now there's nothing to, like, if you use the whole time as relevant thing, then yes, there's things that can change. But according to Kyoya's life, there is nothing else that can be changed. Like, he did the change. Now he's writing. So now what I could see happening is he lived life, went back in time, changed things, and now he's afraid of meddling because he doesn't want to do what he already did. But according to Kyoya's lifespan that he's consciously lived, there's nothing else to be changed. There's only things to be written. So now he can move forward. I feel like it'd be a crazy thing if this happened. Like, he can move forward and live life, and then there's a possibility he hits a certain year point and he comes back to this point again. So he can't go any further back, but he can go forward and then come back to this moment and then possibly change things. So I don't know. It kind of felt like, in a way, that Kyoya was like, I can't, like he can't mess this up. He can't change anything anymore. And Nanako putting that video out, and like, it kind of, to Kyoya, feels like it validates everything that he did, in a way, because he's sitting there like, I messed up. I can't do this. I can't keep meddling in things and changing things that shouldn't be this way. And then she puts that video out like, yes, it's his fault, but it's because of him that I still like have this love for singing X, Y, and Z. So now I think that like that video puts the battery in Killia's back. Like, no, I am right. I'm gonna do what I do. Like, I'm gonna change stuff, right? I'm gonna just meddle everything. So that's what that kind of feels like. So I don't know where that's gonna take us. I don't know if there's a rule, like if he just would have lived out like life with Shinoaki and Maki and just lived and stopped meddling, they would have, like, he'd be left alone. But now if he keeps meddling, then something else is gonna happen. Who knows? But I think there's like I think there's going to be something that comes from this decision to help Kawasagawa in this situation. I do think that might be something. I think that might be something. Yeah, basically saying the same thing. There's nothing to be destroyed because, like, so far, like, Killia hasn't lived this far in life. He hasn't lived this far in life yet. Like, he's past the original date that he went forward from. So like he's in the future. Like his original timeline, he didn't live this long, right? He didn't live this long. So it's like you don't know like what you could be changing. So who knows? I'm not too sure, but I'm like very curious on how this is going to turn out. Because it felt like we were going one way and we turned into another way, and I feel like it was done purposefully because there's going to be something to come from him being steadfast in this one direction and then pivoting and coming back to like, no, I'm gonna do what I'm doing. Is he living in the future? Obviously, we discussed in past episodes, the future is unknown. Yeah, the future is unknown. So we don't know. Like Killia can't take the logic of, because I meddle, Killia can't take the logic of, I can't meddle anymore because I meddled before and it messed things up. The reason why it messed things up is because life as you knew it was already a straight line, and you going back in time and messing things up deviates and it messes up that straight line to where you end up in the future. There is no line for Killia. Like he doesn't know what life past the age of 28 is in his original timeline. So him meddling wouldn't necessarily be meddling. It would just be him creating the line that he's on. Right? Like he would be creating the line that he's on from 28 onwards. Technically he should be 30 now, from 30 onwards, or maybe 28, 29, 30, however old he is. But now, like, whatever he's doing now is creating the line. So if he goes back, if we do, like, say if from this point on, from helping Kawasagawa from this Mystic Quest game on, moving forward, he goes forward 10 years and he gets 10 years down the line, and either life is peaches and cream, or he ends up back in a rut and his life is a mess and it's destruction everywhere, and he gets a chance to come back. Now if he comes back, what he's feeling now, like the feelings that he's feeling now of, if I met, like, those feelings are now made true because he can now look at this timeline and be like, should I meddle here? Should I not meddle here? Should I change this? Should I not change this? After already experiencing what life is after changing things. So like that'll be something. If we explore that, that'd be cool, but I don't think we will. What's up, Gabriel? How's it going? I still don't think he ruins them though. It's like the person that's trying to No, what the series is telling us is that the platinum okay, see ya. Have a good one, Gabriel. The whole thing is that the platinum generation existed because Kyoya wasn't there. The platinum generation went through their trials and their tribulations of life, and those trials and tribulations of life created them and formed them to what they were, the platinum generation. Kyoya then going back in time with future knowledge and helping every single one of these individuals out and with issues that they were having, takes away that character development, the life building moments for them. Therefore, they're not able to go through those experiences which create the platinum generation. That's that. This is where the question I was asking this, I think last week and maybe the week before, is there a possibility or is there a timeline in which Kyoya can go back in time, be successful in his own right, and the platinum generation exists? I don't know. That's the whole thing. We don't know if it's possible. We don't know if it's possible for the platinum generation to exist how Kyoya knows them. Now, I think best case scenario is that exactly what they were doing then, like what we were going through in episodes 1 through 8 of making the game and doing all that, like I think that can work. And I think in that setting, it's possible for the platinum generation still to come together and shine through and Kyoya become one of the platinum generation. It's just if every single one of them are able to keep their own person, like, right? It's can they all keep their own personality while doing it? That's the tough thing. I think it's a through line. There's a possibility, but it's just like you don't know. That's a series lacking the explanation of this time travel. I don't think I need the time travel explained, because I don't think the time travel is like a huge thing of it. I don't think the time travel is a huge thing. I don't think I need that necessarily explained. The whole thing is just the main question that I could just like ask every other question, like anything. Is there any possibility of the platinum generation and Kyoya being successful? Can that happen? Part of me wants to say no, but part of me wants to say yes. The platinum generation can only be, it feels like so far, the platinum generation can only become the platinum generation as if they experience whatever the hell they're going through. If they just experience it and they're able to push through it. With Kyoya being there with future knowledge, it's so hard for, like, It's so hard for him not to do anything. It's so hard for him not to do anything. Because at that point, what does Kyoya do? Right? Like, if Kyoya is there and they're all going through these issues and trying to figure out, what does Kyoya do? Because Kyoya, he's not going to have any of those issues. Like, what does he do at that point? He just sits there and he just has to sit there and watch his friends suffer, knowing that they're going to become these great people. But then what does he do? He lives in the house with them. What is he gonna? Is he supposed to move out of the house? What does he do then? Like, he works in groups with them. Like, Kyoya being there dramatically affects everything about what they're going to go through, because there's a fourth party there. Like, we can assume that Kyoya wouldn't be a part of their group. Like, there'd be no relationship Kawasagawa in their group. We don't know. We don't know. So you're saying Kyoya? He absolutely did. He took all of their experiences from them. We saw Shinoaki working on the drawing that Kyoya fell in love with in the future. Like, in that episode 1, Kyoya had that picture that she was working on as his wallpaper on the phone. So in that first couple episodes, she's like, I'm not comfortable in what I draw. I don't think I should be drawing it. Somehow, some way, she fights through that, and she becomes that artist that people love and adore and revere. Like, she becomes that without Kyoya telling her that she has greatness in store for her. Right? That moment never happens for her, but yet and still she becomes that great artist. Right? Kyoya is, what he's doing is, to him, he's like, I'm helping them out, but he's just giving them answers that they necessarily don't need right now. Like, she might not have needed to hear that at 18. She might have needed to hear that when she was 22 or 23. So now you've skipped years of development, years of experiences that she is not going to have. Same thing with Nanako, right? Nanako becomes this very popular singer. But Kyoya is like, nah, we can put your videos on Nico Nico, all this bull crap. Like, he's eliminated so much for her. And we saw it even more so with Tsurayuki. He literally stole ideas from Tsurayuki. Kyoya read a story in the future, resonated so much that when he goes back in time, he's like, I have a good idea. And Tsurayuki's like, that's my idea that I've never told anyone. Tsurayuki would have become a writer and published that story under a pen name. And now that story is it's not a story on the internet from his pen name anymore. They used it as their first project in college. It completely changes so much. Like, he's taking things away from them by meddling and going back and doing all of that. So say if we set up a situation where Kyoya doesn't do anything remotely close to that with his friends, and he's just Kyoya, who is a really at that point, what is Kyoya? If he can't do anything he does, he's got 10 years of experience in his brain. At what point, what can he do for any of them? It's hard to do anything for them. Give them breadcrumbs, possibly, but essentially he would just have to sit there and watch them just go through things. But at the same time, what is he supposed to do in school? Like, they live together, they're classmates, they're project mates. Like, what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? That's, you can say that, but until that moment, literally, I didn't even think of that. Have I seen it? No, I haven't. X. You can say that, but it like all the way up until the moment where he flashes forward a couple episodes ago, I didn't even think of that. I just thought like, yeah, he's going around, he's helping these people, cool. And it literally wasn't until the moment where it's just like, holy snap. These people, when I was a nobody, they made it. So who am I to come back in time and try to help them? It's kind of like it's kind of like, and I don't even think he meant it this way, but you can view it as, because he has so much knowledge and he's from the future, he feels like he's more important than other people, right? It feels like he's more important than other people. But to him, he didn't feel that way. To him, he just felt like he was doing the right thing because he became friends with these people. Like, he became friends with them. Like, it took him a minute to figure out that a lot, he figured out who Shinoaki was at the start, but he didn't figure out who Nanako was until episode 5, right? It was episode 5 or episode 6 who didn't figure out who she was, and he didn't even figure out who Tsurayuki was until like episode 8 or 9. So it's not like he even knew that these individuals were the Platinum Generation. It's not like he knew one of them was. And what it felt like to him was like, I've met this person that I've adored and admired so much. Like, there's no, like, I have to tell this, like he tried so hard not to meddle with her. He was like, I can't do too much. Like, he even says just as much in like episode 2 or 3. It's like, I can't say that much to her. Like, I can't tell her too much. But I will tell her that keep drawing because you're incredible and I love your artwork. So he can tell her that, but at that point he unconsciously just goes into like, I don't know who these other two people are, right? I don't know who these other two people are. He might have had a hint of Nanako. Like, he had a hint of it because he says so much. He says as much. But like, he's just being a nice guy helping them out. Like, I have this information. I can help them. Why not help them? Right? If I'm a friend and I have friends that are struggling and I can't help them, why not help them? It just never dawned on him that they didn't need my help in the first place if these 3 individuals are the successful individuals that I looked up to, right? Like, I looked up to them. Like, I beat myself up because there's a possibility I could have met them. Like, that never clicked to him. Never clicked to him. Hell, it never clicked to me. And I'd like to think of myself as someone that's like very introspective and I'm able to like figure some things out. It never clicked to me that these people were already successful without you. So you don't need to help them because they will be successful. It's just the fact of, where do you fit in this? I don't think you do fit in this. I think there's no way for the Platinum Generation as it existed in Kyoya's original timeline to exist and him be successful as well. It's not possible. I don't think it's possible. I think the Platinum Generation will become something else. They won't be the Platinum Generation, but they could be, hey, these are very influential people. Like, these 3 people and Kyoya are like a part of this company, and this company is really great. I do think that's possible, but to be the Platinum Generation and to be the 4 of them, I don't think that's possible. I don't see how it works, because if we go back to the start of the series and Kyoya doesn't strip their personality from them and developing this game, like, eventually we would reach this moment with Tsurayuki, because he felt this the moment Kyoya opened his mouth up with that story in episode 3, that was the beginning of the end. Like, you'd have to go back before then and Kyoya would not, like, we would have to come up with a different first project. There's no, like, that was the beginning of the end. You'd have to go all the way back to the start and you'd have to do everything different. I don't think there's any possible way to save this. I don't think so. Don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible at all. It was from that moment. That moment he opened his mouth with that story. I feel like any possibility of Tsurayuki being the writer he was in the Platinum Generation was gone. And I feel like the moment when like there's individual moments. I think there's a moment, if we go back and rewatch, you can find the moment that changes them. That moment where they have that talk outside where Tsurayuki's like, there's no way, like he looks at him like, who, like kind of like, who are you? But whatever. That moment, like that was the beginning of the end for Tsurayuki being a part of the Platinum Generation. The moment, it was episode 7 when Shinoaki came up with an entirely different, like she came up with this cool idea for the climax of the game, and Kyoya was like, no, we can't do that. The moment he says that and he's like, I appreciate it, but just stick to this, and she looks up at the ceiling and she's like, all right, that was it. That was the beginning. Like it was over. Like she's at that moment, she's not becoming, I don't even remember like what her artist name is. It's her name. She doesn't become that. She does not become that. And I'm trying to think in my mind, what moment is the moment where Nanako is not going to become Nana anymore? I don't know. It might be the heart. It might be seeing him kiss Shinoaki. It could be that, but another part of me is I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess it's a cool concept, but man, the series could be so much good if some of the episodes expand. For example, 2 and 3 could have been 2 episodes each. I think so, but I almost choked that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could have definitely stretched this and you could have given us more character moments, but I kind of like this being 12. It doesn't feel like it's gonna drag. It doesn't feel like it's dragging. You might have run into a situation where this series felt like it could be dragging a little bit with doing too much character stuff. There's such thing as too much character stuff. Especially if a lot of people would be bummed out if you did all this character stuff and you built all this and then you're just gonna strip it from him anyways, halfway, like towards the end of the series, right? If none of this was gonna matter, none of that character development means nothing if you just flash him forward 10 years and just like, it means nothing. It just, to me, it feels like it means nothing. Like, damn, what are we doing this for if we just gonna watch him just screw this all up? Unless we get a moment where he can go back and fix it. But that's to be determined. Oh gosh, excuse me. It's just opening 1 to find 2 more and choosing 1 and then 2. Yeah. It's like you're given a choice between A and B. You pick A, and when you open up A, you then get choices C, D, and E. And now you're like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then you pick D, and you get F, G, H, I, J. Like you get so like you're getting so many different, and it gets harder and harder to choose which one's the real one until you get to a point where it's just like, oh, I messed up. I messed up. And we don't, at this moment, we don't know if we can go back. At this moment, we don't know if we can go back. So that's all I got. I'm gonna call it here. This is a good episode. The endings at first, and I feel like that's just it's a plus to keeping you engaged in the episode. Where like towards the beginning of the series, it's just like the endings will come and be like, ah, man, that ended, that felt good, man. Now it's like it's ending and I'm just like, what the, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like kind of freaking out. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. That's another good episode. I like the moment at the end where he's struggling with what to do. I kind of like it, and I kind of like it, and I'm a little unsure because it feels like Kyoya had. I feel like that's why I feel like this moment is gonna be something, like something's gonna come from this moment, because it feels like Kyoya chose. In this moment, it feels like Kyoya chose Shinoaki. But then, it's messy in a way, because throughout the series we never had him concretely choose one girl. Hell, at one point he said he didn't want to be with any of them because he didn't think of them like that. But now we're in a situation where he's with Shinoaki, right? And he chose her, but then Nanako shows up, and he kind of feels like he doesn't choose Shinoaki anymore. It feels like Nanako saying, like, because of him, like I'm like, yes, I put all my faith in him, and now like we're like, essentially I put all my faith in him. I loved him. He didn't love me. He went with someone else. I gave up. But I still appreciate what he did for me, so I'm going to keep singing because I love singing without him. He just helped me realize that I did. That's what that situation feels like. And it feels like she got him not to pick Shinoaki and to kind of pick a general reset. And I'm going to keep being the Kyoya that I am, and I'm not going to settle for her. That's what it kind of feels like. And I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll keep going and we'll see what the next two episodes have to show us, because it kind of feels like that. Kyoya's never picked a girl, but it felt like he finally picked a girl, and then the other girl pulled him back. So it kind of feels that way. It kind of feels like Nanako's being petty and she doesn't even realize it. But I don't know. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on. It's like I kind of like Kyoya being like, you know what? I screwed up. I went back, like, and the whole thing is like, there's 2 points to look at it. I'll say this and I'll be out. Did he really screw up? Yes. Nanako, Tsurayuki, Shinoaki became his friends. But he didn't go back in time to be their friends. He went back in time to make different decisions so that he could be happy in a future and not be someone that's a bum, getting laid off, having no future whatsoever. He's in a timeline now where he is married with a child. He's happy. They seemingly have a good relationship, even though she's lost what inspires her. She lost like a love of hers, but they seem happy. He's at a successful company. Well, who knows with this game? He's working a successful job. Like, he's granted everything that he wanted. Like, he was just like, anything that he possibly could have wanted, he has. And he's happy. But a part of him is like, I did become friends with these people and they're not doing so well. Kawasegawa is on the verge of getting fired. The dude is cussing her out. Like, he's one step away from terminating her. We don't know where Tsurayuki is. Someone already told me that he's a doctor, and he did end up marrying that girl. And Nanako probably just works a regular job and she makes YouTube videos. And Shinoaki's a housewife, and she doesn't like she's let her passion go. So it's like part of him feels guilty for taking that away from them, but he got what he wanted. Like, he has what he wants, but he took this away from these people. I don't know. So that's all I got. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back here next Saturday. It might be a little later than usual. Usually we go live 1:30 p.m. my time every Saturday, but it might be a little bit later. I'm going to be out all Saturday morning. Next Saturday, going to be out all morning, so there's a possibility we might be late. So excuse me. So keep you posted. I might make a community post saying like, hey, Saturday streams are going to be delayed an hour, so keep your eyes on that. Red Flag 101, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a give and a take. It feels like I don't know what we're gonna pick. I don't know if Killia's gonna pick his happiness or if he's gonna pick his friend's happiness. I think I said last week where I kind of would like it if Killia decided, like my ideal ending for this series is Killia going through all, like he's like Killia lived he lived a crappy life, like he did all of these things, made bad choices, and ended up in a situation where he did not want to be. He got to go back in time and make changes and get to a life where he did get everything he wanted and more. And I would like it if Killia was able to take that, right? He was able to take that experience that he got to live. He got to live life that he already lived over again and enjoy it. And he got to live life after the point he was, and it was good and he enjoyed it. And then given a chance to either continue living that life or give the successes and the lives back to his friends that he made at the expense of his own. I would like it if he did that and then he gets dumped back into his original timeline. So he just wakes back up. Like he went to sleep in episode 1 and then he woke up 10 years ago. He just wakes right back up from that moment where he went to sleep and went back. Wakes right back up from that moment. Now he has life experiences from his own 10 years, another 10 years, and a few years after the point that he's already lived. And he can take all of those experiences and exactly what he did during the first flashback, and he gets to move forward and make changes because he knows stuff. He can now go forward from age 28 and go forward in life and take all of those experiences and rebuild his life and get somewhere where he wants to again. That's my ideal ending. That's my ideal ending. Just go back to the original timeline and then reforge life and move forward. Because it's like what Hansen was saying. It's like, how did Killia give up when he was 28? He now can have all of those experiences that made him seem like this really good character in those first couple episodes of the season. In his original timeline, he can move forward. That's my ideal end. Right? That's my ideal ending. I don't think that's gonna happen. If that ending happens, I'll be the happiest man. I don't think that's gonna happen whatsoever. I don't think that ending's happening. I think we might end up in he stays in this timeline, he lives it out, or he gets to go back in time and do it again, and then we might get like a montage. Like it's either he lives this timeline out and everybody else is just happy with the life that they have now, or he gets a chance to redo it all and we end the season with like a montage, and then we get like a 10-year later picture of them being successful and happy. It's something like that. I don't think we get the ending I want. I feel like if I got the ending I wanted, oh my gosh, best 12 episodes ever. It'd be incredible, but who knows? Couldn't imagine living 30 years but still be 20, right? Mentally, right now in this moment, Killia is like borderline. He should be like, he's experienced. Well, no. Right now, Killia has only, like, he's 20. Right now, Killia is 28. He relived a year of his previous life, so you put him at 29. And he'll probably live a year of this future life. So mentally, he's 30. He doesn't remember, like, he has no memories of living those lives because he personally didn't get to relive those 10 years again. He got to relive a year of those 10 or 11. He got to relive a year, and then he'll probably live like a year or so here. So he'd get like 2 additional years. So he'd be like 30. He'd be like 31, 32 going back to 28 if he got dumped back into his original timeline. He wouldn't have that much. It wouldn't be that much time, because he didn't. He personally didn't live through those times. He got pulled to that time, and Kyoya lived it, but the personality of Kyoya didn't. So that's all I got. I said that already. I'll see you guys. Tokyo Revengers in. Holy crap! Tokyo Revengers in an hour. So so I'll see you guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers in an hour. I'll see you guys. Peace out.